New York Rangers. The Montreal Canadiens lead the New York Rangers 2-1 in going into the second period. We were out of the first intermission, and it absolutely proved us 100% wrong on every one of our predictions, other than maybe the score. I thought it would be like 2-1 and stay like this, but I do not see it unfolding like I thought it would. The Montreal Canadiens came to play hockey, and they are winning those even strength battles. We saw two even strength goal, or one power play and one even strength goal. The power play was a little unlucky because it really, and it kind of proves that Kreider's not the maniac that that he's been portrayed as. PK Subban kind of turns to play a puck. He puts his back to Kreider. Kreider holds up and accidentally trips him. Ref has to make the call, and Subban actually converts in the power play. The Rangers do score a very tricky, what Troy called the knuckle puck from a Derek Stefan right ahead of the blue line. Two defensemen bearing down on him, and he was able to slip it by Toharski. But only 2 minutes later, Thomas Platanek. Am I saying that right, Mr. Boston Troy? Thomas Platanek.
Oh, yeah, freaking through the change-up, double change-up. Oh, I'll tell you, I think those back-to-back goals for
they're damn near
New York
identical.
and Montreal, those were the exact same goal, but Montreal's goals was so much more important. I'll tell you why. Because they answered. New York,
exactly.
Crazy goal by Stefan. But Montreal said, nope, we can do it too.
Absolutely.
Same exact goal. Look at that. Shoots through two defensemen, posts on the opposite side. Crazy.
I think if the Rangers really are serious about winning this game, and I've seen them dig deep, and they've come together over the death of, the death of Martin St. Louis' mother has built this team as a team and probably got their full potential. If the Rangers want to win this hockey game, they're going to have to dig deeper than they did last game and probably any other part of the series. Are they capable? I'm not sure. I honestly think I don't think the Rangers are as good as maybe being in the Eastern Conference Final. I think they're just a team that's running on emotion, and they're also a good bunch of guys. Montreal looks focused. Montreal looks like they're in on every play, and they look like they're in the win. And let's face it, being in the form helps. It's pretty electric out there. If they can continue to win the little battles and get even strength goal, I do not see the Rangers winning this game. What say you?
You flip-flopper.
Of
course the New York Rangers can still win this game.
I can
They're
only
still the same
judge
team.
it.
Admittedly, I was wrong. I didn't see the hunger I thought we were going to see out of them in that first period.
And we do.
But
so
they're
that's
still
why
there. They can do it.
You think they can do it? Oh, no, I think the Rangers could do it. It's just that I was counting on that a frustration, a team trying to draw penalties, a bunch of cheat. That's how they're flying out there. They look great. They're not as fast as the Rangers, and they look every bit as fast as the Rangers on Forum ice. So I'm not flip-flopping in the sense where I'm just completely going back. I didn't see the team that I expected. I'm actually seeing the Montreal that I anticipated seeing in the beginning of this series in Game 1. So I think that's going to make it difficult. I changed my prediction. I think you probably could expect an overtime in this game. That's the way it smells to me. I don't expect the Rangers to lay down, but I don't see Montreal doing the same thing unless.
You converted me. I like what you said before.
What's that?
It wasn't a cheap power play goal. It wasn't a cheap call. It absolutely had to be called. It was unfortunate.
Absolutely.
Montreal got the power play goal. They got 2 goals. I could see New York scoring 5, taking the 6-2. Absolutely. It's the same team. They still got the hunger. They just have to do it. It's just a question of if they're going to do it.
If it goes back to my original prediction that there's some sort of mental collapse late, because I said it was going to be 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, probably in the first period. We'd probably have a scoreless second, and there'd be some kind of collapse in Montreal. I don't see it happening. That team's, unless it falls apart. The only other scenario I can kind of envision is the one thing that's not being brought up by Doc, Eddie, and Pierre is the conditioning issues. Montreal defensemen seem to have their tongues hanging out of their mouth at the end, towards the end of periods. I didn't see that so much in this period as well. And the other thing that they don't talk about, which I didn't see in this period, but is overall, the Rangers make a lot of unforced errors when they're in the offensive zone. You don't see that in the other seasons. You don't see that in Los Angeles, and you don't see that from Chicago. One of the reasons that I don't think anybody can beat those two teams that are playing right now. We'll get to that another time. But if Montreal's ass starts dragging, they're dead. because the Rangers are a well-conditioned hockey team. They will be flying well into a first overtime. But that's the only thing. But I don't think any of what I just said matters because Montreal's here to play, and they look really great.
But it's just the first period. You said it. If it comes down to condition, which in the playoffs more often than not it does.
Absolutely.
Montreal is not on the right end of that. New York's the quicker team. New York's the team that's going to have the endurance. They're going to have the speed in the late part of the games. It's not the first period that matters. It's the third and the overtimes if you see them.
We saw 2 penalties in this one. Chris Kreider, of course, tripping 2 minutes in, and then we, God, I hate French names. David Darchanis, got roughing. Deschanel. David Deschanel. If I just fake a French accent,
from now on, you may refer to me as Boston Troy, your senior
translator. Well, I just, I'm a great admirer of Don Cherry, and that I want to mispronounce names deliberately so I can seem cool, and that's what I got over here. Let's see if there's anything new coming off the wire right now. I'm gonna check it. Nothing.
I can tell you about that time I almost sold Don Cherry a guitar. I used to work in a little music store, music store in a town around here. Came in one time. I guess he used to stay at a hotel or something if he was in town for Boston and stuff. So walking around, it was a Sunday. I'm the only person in the store, and walks in, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, holy shit, that's Don Cherry.
Is this a true story? Is this a true story?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh, wow.
So I'm like, holy shit, it's Don Cherry. I said it, he heard it, and he was like, yeah. And the suits are as crazy. That's not a show. He wears crazy shit. But
really?
He's in the store. He's looking for a guitar. We're talking acoustics. I'm like, holy shit, I'm talking about.
Are you kidding me? Oh, we lost him. We'll get Troy right back on the on. I want to hear the end of that story. We did lose him for a second. Right now, you're listening to a Shot from the Point news special. I guess, I don't know, between intermission breaks. We'll be doing this the entire night. You can check us after and we'll do a post-game wrap-up as well. You can see it right below in the description, description box. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. We're, of course, we're in Part 1 right now. And we're going to get Troy back on the phone. We're going to because I want to hear the end of that Don Cherry story. And then we'll probably leave it at that because, hell, I need a cigarette. I don't know about you. And I'm ready to do this. But we did seem to have a break up. What's the matter there, Boston Troy? Are you there?
Yeah, I don't know. We got inclement weather.
It's okay.
I got Verizon.
So we'll finish the Cherry story.
Happen.
Finish the Cherry story. We got. You said that you were talking to him about getting acoustic guitar.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We're talking acoustic. I mean, I'm talking woods. I'm talking. Oh, you like the dark mellow stuff? You want acoustic? You want walnut? You want deep rosewood? But I could go on. But long story short, he had meetings to go to and charitable work something. So didn't know him selling the guitar. But I told you, Don Cherry's the coolest.
I just my dream to have an interview with him one day. I absolutely dream to have an interview with Don. Last thing about Don Cherry, I don't know if you know this, and have you seen the 2 John Cherry movies that were made by the CBC?
Did you say the CDC, the Center for Disease Control?
No, the Canadian CBC, the Canadian Broadcast, whatever. Is that what CB? I don't know. What do they call themselves up there? Whatever their government broadcasting group is.
Hosers, I think. Hosers.
There is 2 films.
I've got bits and pieces on the NHL Network. I don't think I've ever seen one.
I think you can download them both on YouTube. You can watch them both on YouTube.
I'll have to look them up.
They are great movies. They're slightly above the, I would say, the TV movie standard. There's a lot of great stories in there. Interesting stuff about Eddie Shore, which I found the most fascinating. Apparently, Eddie Shore was a complete
good old-time hockey, like Eddie Shore.
Apparently, Eddie Shore was the biggest bastard to ever put on his skates and afterwards. It's a fascinating story. Also, it shows you where the suits...
He just accidentally almost killed someone once.
He did almost that. Yeah, actually, you're absolutely correct. What was his name? Ace Bailey, correct?
Yeah, almost killed him. But Eddie Shore actually did win, I think, at least once. He won the sportsmanship award. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he won the Lady Bing? Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He was an absolute psychopath in every aspect. Eddie Shore was the great.
Blasphemy.
No, I know he's a great Boston Bruin, but it's like you had the Ty Cobb of hockey. I don't know. You gotta, you were a history guy like me. You would definitely enjoy that. Well, I think we should wrap it up like now. I think we covered anything, unless you can think of something, Mr. Boston Troy.
No, I'm just looking forward to some more New York Rangers goals.
I hope so. I hope the Rangers can wrap this up.
Got some time left on the clock here.
A lot of momentum has shifted to Montreal. Of course, the Rangers could get back in it, but if the Montreal continues to play like this, I do expect them to win. They do look excellent. But let's see if that conditioning does play a role. Thank you very much, Mr. Troy Cornin, the Scandinavian descent, or the Scandinavian descendant, the Scandinavian American. Is that fair?
Sure enough.
Theme time. Out, bitches. See you next period.
It's only a game. Why have you got to be mad? It's only a game. Why have you got to be mad?
3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, Shot from the Point Live with legendary Jake Link comedian Shia. Wouldn't want to be ya. Well, maybe I would. I don't know. Yeah.